Satoko came to see how she beat you today. It's her revenge.
Revenge? Come to think of it, her face looked kinda grim. Eventually, from the kitchen, there was the sound of a faucet being twisted and a stove dial being turned. I began to hear the nostalgic sounds that made me envision dim time. The refrigerator opening and closing, ingredients being cut on the chopping board. What did that mean? Satoko, was she cooking?
Keiichi made fun of her quite a lot. Satoko wants to show you that she can cook proper meals too.
Just listening to it like this, there haven't been any sounds of blood spilling or bursting or explosions. At this point at least she had proven she was a more skillful cook than me. In the cooking showdown with Satoko Hojo versus Keiichi Maibara, it looked like victory had already been decided. I recall Satoko's slightly annoyed expression from before. I was making fun of Satoko too much today, wasn't I? Is she holding a grudge? We were just provoking each other with our usual back and forth, but I also think I maybe overdid it. At the very least, I shouldn't have made fun of Satoko, who could cook for herself when I never cooked other than for recreation before.
Satoko isn't holding very much of a grudge.
But she came all the way to my house and pushed her way in. She's gotta be mad. I quietly took a peek into the kitchen. She definitely looked different than the usual bird-brained Satoko. Her eyes were sharp and her movements were brisk, to the point where it was a little scary. Then she must have noticed me, because she turned around and shot me an annoyed glare. I cringed in fear and hastily pulled my head back out. She's mad! She's totally mad! How much will she take revenge on me?
That's just Satoko being serious because she doesn't want to fail. She isn't angry or anything.
How can you say she isn't angry? I've never seen Satoko be this frightening.
Keiichi said I can hear that, you know.
Sorry! I jumped at Satoko's angry outburst and faced towards the kitchen. I felt exactly like a kid who had done something bad and gotten called to the teacher's lounge.
Where do you keep the miso? The refrigerator's so big that I don't see any of it anywhere.
I'm sorry, the miso it's on a middle shelf in the fridge at the back left of the lower rack.
What is this? You need to close the miso package after you finish with it. It's getting the inside of the refrigerator dirty, isn't it?
I'm sorry. Before I could look for something to wipe it with, Satoko wiped it off with a wet dish towel.
I swear, how are men so bad at cleaning up after themselves? I shouldn't think that you'll become an adult like this.
I couldn't talk back to Satoko today. The only thing I could do was obediently lower my head and apologize. You know, come to think of it, I only just realized this, but at any point in the other question marks, have Satoko and Rika actually been in Keiichi's house? I don't think they have. As Satoko nitpicked and I apologized, a good smell began to fill the kitchen.
This is how you prepare the miso for the soup. You scoop a little out with the ladle and break it up with chopsticks. It's important to add a little at a time and keep tasting it. Stuffing the entire thing in the pot is absolutely outrageous.
I'm sorry. I haven't paid attention in home ec class.
You're pathetic. I swear. Men.
I cowered after her annoyed-sounding muttering. But looking at her like this, I don't know, I just thinking of that. Her line there, you're pathetic, I swear. Men. Just like her of all people just saying that just seems amusing to me. I don't know why, but looking at her like this, she seemed quite good at cooking. I had just been overshadowed by Renner's and Rika-chan's artistic abilities, Satoko's skills were clearly enough to get passing marks.
If you have time to zone out like that, then you can set the table. Go set the table. Rick and I will be eating too, so set free places.
On it. I hastily took a 3 people's worth of dishes and such from the cabinets and headed to the dining room. When I returned there, I could hear laughter from a variety show on the television. Rika-chan was sprawled out on a couch watching television and relaxing. When she noticed me putting the dishes out on the table, she came scampering up. She's like the very definition of just making yourself at home there, isn't it? Probably the first time she's been in Keiichi's house there. And just like, yeah, I'm just gonna sit here on the sofa and just watch TV.
Dinner time is soon. Dinner at Keiichi's house. Nippa!
Oh my god, she said it! She said it! It exists! It really does! Maybe all the other times when she was like me, or maybe they're like, I don't know, is this the debut of Nippa? Did she not say it in the first two? Because I didn't see it at all in the first two. Or was it simply a translation choice? But fuck it, Nippa is here! Rika-chan, you're in a good mood. That's a pretty big difference from Satoko.
Satoko isn't in a bad mood at all. She's enjoying herself more than she has in a long time.
Enjoying herself? Seriously?
She's like how she was when her lady was with her. It really has been a long time since I've seen Satoko look like she's having so much fun.
This sounds weird, doesn't it? Nee. But it's just short for older brother. With like a nickname-ish kind of thing to it. Actually, what was the act? Was it just Nissan or what? Let's see, it's definitely gotta be in here somewhere. It's like the older sister equivalent as well, it's like ne. So there's ne and ne and ne. Annie is older brother, but of course, you know, they just like could also just say ni without the I guess. How about sister? Wait, I think it's the same for sister as well, I'd imagine. But just to confirm. Yeah, Anne. So it's like pretty much they both have the R at the start, but probably aren't used all that often. Nini? What the heck is Nini? Well, Keiichi, you should know that must clearly be like, you know, some kind of like nickname thing to say your older brother or something. Is it a sound cats make? No, that'd be more like, if you're gonna like put it that way, it'd be like nya nya. But honestly, what cat does freaking sound like the equivalent of being like nya nya? It's more of a kind of like, I don't know how to describe it. One of our cats has this most adorable meow possible. It's like a little squeak. Oh wait, actually I think one of our cats has these exact definition of that nya nya. He's like the most moaniest cat we have. It's like if he wants to go out or wants to go in or anything like that, and you happen to be within sight of him, he will constantly be like nya 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 nya. All the other cats though, they're just like, they're pretty quiet for the most part, you know? But he's always like nya nya.
Nini means brother. Satoko's older brother.
Satoko's older brother.
His name's Satoshi. Haven't you heard his name before?
Satoshi Hojo. Maybe I have, maybe I haven't. Well, we have, if you've been paying attention. We've heard his name mentioned in, well, both Onikakushi and Tatarigoroshi. At least he didn't go to our school. Satoshi, huh? I don't think we heard this music yet before in any of the question marks. Satoko's older brother. It's the first time I've heard of him. She had a brother, huh? I didn't know that. She does have one, right? That indicates you're speaking, but you got no speech marks there.
She does have one.
Saying, oh wait, no, it didn't actually. Saying that, Rika-chan grinned even more brightly and went, Nippa! Again.
When Satoko was with Satoshi, she always looked like she was having fun, just like this. It really has been a long time since I've seen Satoko enjoying herself this much.
However, I looked at it, she seemed to be in a bad mood. But her good friend Rika-chan was saying that it was actually the opposite. She really enjoying herself?
She must be remembering the time she spent with her Nini. It's nostalgic.
Nostalgic? Huh. And does he live apart from Satoko? Maybe Satoko's older brother Satoshi is actually a lot older than her. He must have gone off on his own and was living by himself far away. Satoko seemed like she got along well with this Satoshi person.
She did. The two of them got along very well.
She spread her arms wide to demonstrate the word of how well they got along. According to Rika-chan, Satoko supported her docile, slightly unreliable older brother through nagging. That was their relationship. I see. That certainly applied to the current situation. We had me, unreliable, unable to cook even a single dish properly, and Satoko who redid it while scolding me. Could Satoko have been getting the glimpse of her brother who now lived far away from me? So she would always nitpick whatever Satoshi did, but she firmly supported him and they got along well.
I think she was the one. She suggested we should go to Keiichi's house.
She said there's no way the unreliable Keiichi-san could possibly make dinner. We need to go and make it for him. Then she didn't come here to get revenge or to even get even or anything like that.
She couldn't leave you alone. Even though Satoko's a proper little sister.
I was an only child. I didn't know how it felt to have siblings. Of course, I'm the opposite. I actually have siblings, you know. Of course, I've never had a little sister like Satoko, but I felt that in this moment I was an older brother, obediently and helplessly being looked after by her. Without any teasing or messing around. I'm going to give thanks for her trouble. That's what I honestly thought.
Keiichi-san, do you know where on earth the ladle is?
Sorry. The ladle should be in the drawer to your right. I ran into the kitchen, got the ladle out of the drawer and offered it to Satoko.
It's all done. Let me put the bowls and things out.
Yeah, everything's A-okay.
Then let's have our meal. Rika, it's time for dinner. Me.
I heard Rika-chan's voice coming from the dining room.
The fact she's still saying me kind of gives an indication that she probably didn't say me pa
in the first two question marks and that it debuted in this one, I guess. Of course, I'd imagine the anime adaptation probably had her saying me pa's, like, from the get-go, I'd imagine. Satoko turned on the gas flame on the stove and lifted up the pot of miso soup.
You bring the rice cooker, Keiichi-san. Be careful not to flip it over, alright?
Right, I'll be careful. I can carry a rice cooker just fine without being warned about it. It just makes me think of my dad that did. It's like, I can imagine just like putting out t-shirts or something with his most often used phrase whenever he screws something up. I can imagine he's doing that, careful, drops it, and this is exactly what he would say in a loud voice. Ah, fucking house! It's just so comical. Anytime he fucks something up, he'll blame the house by saying, ah, fucking house! It is like, it's kind of annoying because of how loud he tends to be, but anyone who's like ever been over is always just finds his antics amusing because it's so over the top. It's like Faulty Towers when he's like that. It's just so comical. I can carry a rice cooker just fine without being warned about it. I thought about replying like that, but I decided not to. No mean words or witty retorts today. rice with steam billowing from it and miso soup, as well as a handful of side dishes. On the table was a truly firm, family-orientated dinner. It wasn't weird at all, or extravagant. It was a daily meal the sort a housewife would make. It was very nonchalant and brimming with liveliness.
Let us eat. Thank you for the food.
Oh wait, no, that'd be like, since they are in Japan and all that, it'd be itadakimasu. But that is the equivalent of what it means, isn't it? At Satoko's command, Rika and I both thanked her in a loud voice. I made light of you, Satoko. You beat me soundly.
Oh, do you have a better opinion of me now? I may still not be as good as Rika or Renachi-san, but I can cook far better than the helpless Keiichi-san.
Yeah, I know better now. After I honestly admitted my defeat, Satoko's expression finally softened and she laughed with her normally loud and cheerful voice. Oh, rice is cooked really well. Though she used the rice cooker, it tastes a little different from the rice my mum made. Maybe she used a different amount of water for it. Even so, I could feel Satoko's personality from the rice, which made it taste better than usual. Kind of weird, isn't it? But I suppose that probably is a thing, really. Depending on how it's cooked, who cooks it, they'll have like subtle differences. The miso soup was a little on the thick side, but it was still delicious. The side dishes, while not exactly flashy, tasted great as well. It was all so appetizing that I couldn't stop eating. Side dishes are well done too. Satoko, you're not a bad cook at all. I gave my honest impression without a hint of sarcasm. Satoko seemed to have been expecting some, because when I praised her so honestly, she got flustered instead.
You praise honestly, but it's nothing so grand.
I don't think have we seen that expression either? Maybe. I'm not sure. Possibly when they're in the club activities, but that one seems more kind of like bashful, isn't it? So I doubt that.
The side dishes are just things I bought at the store and heated up. This and this, all I did was open the can. I can only really make rice and miso soup myself.
Tucker said, embarrassed, her face a bit flushed. There was none of her normal verbal abuse or sarcasm in there either.
I can't make anything except rice and miso soup, but when you get ready-made side dishes and put them on the table too, it turns into something fairly splendid.
My mum uses ready-made side dishes and canned goods too. Nothing to be so embarrassed about. It's a fantastic dinner. I gave her honest praise. I've never met Satoko's brother, but Satoshi would probably praise her in the same way. That bashful look on her face.
Well, I suppose it's enough now that you've come to realize that I can hold my own in the kitchen. Would you like seconds? There's plenty of miso soup still left.
Ah, did that brat just awkwardly change the subject? When I realized my response had been on the market, made me a little happy. Like, I was just like, it's like, always refers to her as a brat like that. It's like, you brat! But it's like in an affectionate way. So it's like, oh, you brat!
When we eat rice like this, it's fun like we're eating with Satoshi.
Rika-chan mentioned Satoko's older brother's name again. Satoko's chopsticks paused and she looked up at the ceiling.
I'm nostalgic. I wonder what he could be doing right now.
She had a faraway smile as if yearning for a friend who had moved away. From how it looked, I got the impression she hadn't seen Satoshi in quite some time. Satoko realized I was giving her a blank stare. Wow, I haven't seen that face either. There's just so many new expressions on her face.
I do apologize. Satoshi's my meanie. No, my older brother.
Ah, okay. So she's like refers to him as Nini, and then it's like that is like older brother, but it's like Annie, isn't it? Okay, I see. Nini must have been a nickname only Satoko used for him. It was funny to see her hastily nice.
I was rather surprised the person with such few living skills had the ability to run away. I'm sure he'll pack up shop at some point and return out of the blue.
So he ran away. There was a mouse story to what Satoko had said so cheerfully. The reason for Satoshi not living with her was a little serious. Yeah, put that in this. I mean, I won't spoil anything about it. Like this whole business here with the plot. But put that in perspective, like Satoko and Rika live together. I don't think it's really much of a spoiler to say that now, because it was confirmed in Tatarigoroshi. And while I don't usually carry over spoiler-related stuff to the next question arc and all that, I will point that out because it's kind of obvious anyway, really, isn't it? So it makes that even more just kind of like, huh? Then why did he run away? Don't spoil it because it'd be a major spoiler. I'm rambling on about it. It's like that thing. It's like I'm not gonna spoil anything, but I'm going to unintentionally spoil something at the same time by rambling on about it. So I will shut up and just get back to it. I've really been talking about it in such a upbeat way, so I continue to talk about him. Should I not broach the subject at all? I hastily took a look at Satoki's face after thinking that, but there was no trace of the gloomy expression I'd been worrying about.
Well, he's not old enough to be dreaming of living on his own. Nini won't be able to do it for long anyway. He has no endurance. Satoshi may not look like it, but he's a very persevering person. He's a lot more persevering than you think.
Persevering, yeah, that's the pronunciation.
Like you always take Nini's side right away. You're a little too nice to him. Satoko is just too harsh on Nini. You should treat him more kindly when he comes back.
Satoko and Rika-chan's views regarding Nini, aka Satoshi, were parallel to each other. But I could easily tell that both of them really liked him. They were so optimistic too, even though he had run away from them. It was like they were going to see him again next week. Satoko and Rika-chan both liked Satoshi even now and waited for him, believing he would surely return. I've never met him, but I know for sure that the Satoshi person was a really good guy. I had thought Satoko would be deeply hurt by her brother running away, but she had already overcome that. She was still being the energetic little sister, always full of vim and vigor, as if to say that her brother could come back at any time he liked. I thought that Satoko didn't think through anything and just frolicked and played practical jokes every day, and that was it. But she was really, yeah.
Why you pet my head?
Pet, pet, pat, pat. I roughly rubbed a hand through Satoko's hair. I misunderstood you, Satoko. I didn't know you were this level-headed. Satoko seemed to think I was making fun of her and tried to bat away my hand. But then she saw that there wasn't even a trace of malice on my face and immediately granted me her hand. Yep, Satoko's level-headed. She sure is.
I've been level-headed from the start. I just played pranks on you because you always do it to me.
Bullshit. Well, we don't know. Like, even in Onikakushi, where it all started, you know, like where it was more of an introduction to the characters, we didn't really get, like, from the first time they met or anything, so we can't really tell. It's like, who pranked who first? There was her usual application, but I decided not to buy into it today. I mean, she pulls pranks on everyone now, so I declare bullshit on that one. You're right, you were doing it to go all along with me, but you really were so level-headed. Good for you.
Is that actually a compliment? You kind of seem like you're making fun of me.
I'm not trying to make fun of you at all. I'm seriously complimenting you. Because if I was making fun of you, Rika-chan would be petting your head too.
That's right, isn't it? When Rika makes fun of people, she usually pets their head. These canned sardines are delicious.
Rika-chan went, "Hey pa!" and her smile became even brighter. Her attitude was clear as day, but it was annoyingly cute, so both Satoko and I suddenly burst into laughter. That laughter lightened up the table. But not in the same way you lightened up the kitchen, eh, Keiichi? Ha ha ha! The table itself was so dull and simple that I never even thought people could be laughing like this about it. And then I finally came to realize something really obvious. Dinner is better if you're laughing while you're eating, huh?
Of course it is. Laughing makes it taste better.
It also makes it harder to eat as well, doesn't it?
How rude! The food is good because I'm a good cook, obviously.
Ha 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 ha. This moment, this happy circle, it was completely different than spending time with family, but still somehow nostalgic. Satoko, do you want to see Nini?
I didn't say Nini. Call him my brother, please.
Hey, wait, you've been saying Nini that this whole time. I grinned dryly and decided to just call him brother like she told me to. So Andy, I'd imagine, there. Satoko, do you want to see your brother? Rika-chan stopped eating, then looked back and forth between my face and Satoko's. Satoko was smiling and she looked like she was trying to choose her words. Just from that, Satoko conveyed her feelings. Honestly, she wished he would come home right now. That's probably the happiest expression we've ever seen on her face. When she wasn't that weak, Satoshi should just do what he wanted until he was satisfied. In return, she'd let him have the scolding of his lifetime. And then she'd have dinner with him and lay out his food on for him.
Well, of course I want to see him again. It's been almost a year.
It's been that long already. Rika-chan smiled thinly, her eyes appearing to look far away.
Well, Nini can do what he wants. I would like my load if he came back. Back with more muscles and knowing how to do housework, of course.
See, you said Nini again.
You said it. I did not. I would never call Nini Nini.
Things rapidly return to the usual lively atmosphere of lunchtime at school, but nothing changed about Satoko's feelings towards my brother. Couldn't finish off with the music in time. She was looking so bravely and so strongly. Hey, Satoshi, your sister's trying so hard to watch the place while you're gone, isn't she? Give it a rest and come back soon, got it? And then the Kakatas of the Higurashi returned.
Satoko, it's time to clean up or else we will get sleepy.
It was when we were all watching TV while enjoying some tea after dinner. Rika-chan let out a big yawn and then spoke. Satoko and I both then looked at the clock and noticed how late it had gotten. Though perhaps we both realized it already. We just didn't want this warm moment to end. Maybe we didn't want to say anything. It's one of those moments where you're just like, this is really nice. Just like, and then just like, but you know, nothing lasts forever. Let's clean up this shit, I guess.
Oh, this will not do. I still haven't washed the dishes yet.
Don't worry about it. I can do that much at least. You made a great dinner, so I can't let you do the dishes too.
Are you sure you'll be alright? When people who are not used to it try and wash them, soap could make the dishes slip out of their hands, you know.
Gee, she's turned into a perfect nagging little sister. It was charming and awkward. Emotions like that were all mixed up inside me. I gave her a vague, dry smile.
Keiichi can at least wash dishes. If you break one and hurt yourself, I'll give you pettings at school tomorrow.
Rika-chan yawned again so wide you could see her molars.
You're really alright. Kid says pretty unreliable despite how he looks.
Give me a break. Looks like Keiichi's approval ratings have plummeted in Satoko's mind. Don't worry. I'll clean those dishes up no problem. So don't worry about it and go home. Actually, at this hour I can't let you two go home by yourselves. I'll take you there. Let me find the key for my bike.
You take this home, Keiichi, then we'll be the one going home by himself. You'll be in big trouble if you get lost on the roads at night and end up in Tatsudo, or whatever. There's no houses or lights out there at all.
I was trying to worry about them going home, but I didn't think they'd be worried about me getting lost. You know what? It's funny to say that, like, it's about him getting lost, worry about that. It's like, When is like some of the descriptions for Satoko like describing their like nagging way and him about things and all that, or umbrella and all that, it made me think of Navi, and that makes it even more. It's like, no, you can't go into the Lost Woods without a ferry. Take Satoko with you. Am I really that unreliable? She really is pretty critical, being critical, but yeah, this feeling I have, it's not bad. So I ended not needing to escort them, and so you did, Satoshi, and live together in a small building. I mean, we saw it in Tatarigoroshi, but we haven't seen it yet in this one, have we? I saw Satoko and Rika to the gate. Thanks a lot for today. Thanks to you, I got a good cultural dinner.
Satoko and Keiichi would be growling and yowling right now. Truly, really good that we came.
They really saved me. I gave them another bow filled with gratitude.
Oh yes, I put the rice inside this into a container, so use that for your better tomorrow. And for breakfast you can eat some bread and jam. Strawberry jam and peanut butter in your refrigerator on the middle shelf to the right. Sugar powder was in the upper right door of the cupboard.
I know all that, you don't have to go into detail, I was about to say that, but I decided to humbly listen to her. Then I finally realized that Satoko, who had appeared to be in a bad mood, was in fact in a great one, just like Rika-chan had said. And that though she nagged a lot, she was very kind.
Good night. Make sure to brush your teeth before you go to bed. You have to do it for at least 5 minutes.
I got it, Satoko. Brush my teeth and make breakfast for tomorrow. I will be sure not to forget the menu.
You need to wake up earlier than usual or you won't be able to get your breakfast or dinner ready, got it? If you like, I can give you a call a little earlier to wake you up instead of using your alarm clock.
You don't have to go that far. I'll set my alarm clock to wake me up a little early. Thanks for being so concerned about me. Satoko looked like she had more fault finding to do. But she stopped and, leaving me with a good night, got on her bike and disappeared down the nighttime road. Rika-chan went to do the same, but then remembered something and came back. What's wrong, Rika-chan? Did you forget something?
Keiichi, you get 100 points for today. Clap, clap, clap.
Rika-chan suddenly complimenting me. She clapped her small hands. What was she on about? I didn't do anything worthy of praise, did I? I nearly burned down a house after all.
Satoko probably felt like her anemia had come home. I think she was having a lot of fun. Once in a while, I want you to go along with Satoko's scolding in the future.
Are you telling me to be like an older brother that didn't scold instead of Satoshi? Rika-chan didn't say anything, she just smiled and went all
Meepa!
This Satoshi person, that's such a great little sister, so what was he unhappy about? If I were Satoshi, I would never run away from home.
Satoshi had his own circumstances, I'm sure.
I didn't know what he was unhappy with. For whatever reason, it was no excuse for abandoning Satoko. You know, seeing as this is like I said, this is gonna Satoko is gonna play a very important role in the plot this time around. I mean, it's kind of obvious. I mean, the fact that we got that scene just now, and it was clearly focusing on her, it kind of gives that indication in tone. It's just like, yeah, she will be the main-ish character focus in this. It's like, think about it. It's like every character gets their own one in the question arcs. Onikakushi is it was kind of a combination of Mion and Rena, but it was mostly Rena, really, wasn't it? Tatarigoroshi was more focused on Mion and her sister Shion. This one's going to be focused more on Satoko, and the fourth one will be more focused on Rika. And the fourth one is also the shortest one, but he also I won't really spoil anything about it. We'll get to it when we get to that, I guess. Is there something else I was going to say? Oh yeah. And essentially, because it's like focusing on Satoko, we're going to get, obviously, more answers to this whole, you know, who is this Satoshi person? And why did he run away? We'll find out quite a lot about that, obviously, in this question arc. Didn't know what he was doing, blah, 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 but whatever the reason, it was no excuse for abandoning Satoko. Well, if he comes back soon, we can't play the role of our actual Lini forever, you know?
It's okay. We just like Satoshi today. Please do it again sometime.
That's what would make Satoko happy. I take on this easy role whenever I need to.
Rika!
Satoko stopped her bike under a distant exterior light and called out to her friend, who wasn't coming no matter how long she waited.
Okay, I have to go. Good night.
Yeah, night.
I can't replace Satoshi, but Keiichi could do it. That's one last piece of baggage I need to shoulder.
Leaving her with that, Rika sped off on her bike. She rode up next to Satoko, and then the two of them disappeared in the blink of an eye. Satoshi. Seriously, come back soon, got it? If you come home really late, I'll punch you right in the nose. Let's try our best until that day comes, Satoko. Even if I could no longer hear the sound of their bicycles. Stood there for a while, seeing them off. The real transition. This is Higurashi when they crawl.
Satoko's trap course elementary is to use unique tips.
Achievement unlocked, you're on fire! Let's continue recording a bit more, I guess. Why not?
Satoko's trap course elementary.
I forget what these ones are. No indication who's speaking. I'm just gonna read it as Keiichi, even if it may or may not even be Keiichi. I don't know. The fact is that well, she is still young, isn't she? Just thinking maybe it's from a different school, a different point of life, but then but just like, oh yeah, I don't know. Well, actually, now that I think about it, like these, I think it's only for the answer arcs, actually, or maybe it has happened. No, I'm not sure if it's happened in the question arcs. Actually, it did, didn't it? In Onikakushi, we got a bit of like backstory on Rena from like her past, although it wasn't too far into her past. But we do get, you know, like glimpses of each character's backstory. I mean, Keiichi is the protagonist, but it's like for him, we haven't really gotten much detail into his past, really. But we will eventually. I know one thing for sure: Satoko could fend off an entire army division by holding up in this mountain. I know all about it. Satoko is one of the... Wait, this is probably not even any known characters. Probably just like background characters just talking, I guess. I know all about it. Satoko was one of the Soviet military advisors that gave training on traps to that one country. Stop saying weird things. Somebody help me! How did we come to this? What traps did we fall for? How did we fall for them? Oh, it is. Actually, it's them. Man was caught in a profusely thin pitfall she couldn't escape from, and only her head was poking above the ground. Yeah, that probably was Keiichi all along then. This must be Mion. I know all about it. Satoko was one of the Soviet military advisors that gave training on traps to that one country. And this is also Keiichi because it sounds totally like him. Stop saying weird things, somebody help me! Rena's head was completely covered by a tin bucket. She was squirming around in a vain attempt to remove it. Even Rena! Either of these really were funny, but that's where it ends. At least they had their feet on the ground. Good job. What about you? Think you can get out of that?
Hurry up and get out so you can save this old man.
You're the one who should be breaking out and saving me, Leon. What do you expect me to do in this freaking bamboo mat? I was wrapped up in a bamboo mat and hanging 2 meters above the ground. What was this trap and how did I fall into it? It was Satoko! This all started when they suggested that I was unfamiliar with nature, having grown up in the city, and proposed a little exploration on the mountains.
But Ren doesn't really know how it is back there either. Ren might get lost. Oh.
Okay, now that's the Ren voice I remember. Like, at the start of this recording session, I freaking felt like I couldn't do the voice properly, but I'm a bit more awake now because it's been an hour recording.
The mountain out back, huh? I played there a lot when I was little, but I haven't got on there for years. You get lost out there, things can get pretty dangerous. We can leave the mountain to us. The whole thing is our playground. Isn't that right, Rika? It's our playground of traps. Mew.
Mew? Oh, I see. How reassuring. Refer to you two this time and have you be our tour guides. And over to your left, you will see a trap. Over to your right, you will see a trap. Down below, oh, would you look at that? Another trap.
Keiichi-kun, the summer vacation guidebook says not to play on the mountain because you'll get lost. It isn't summer vacation yet, so it's alright. We know the paths, so there's no need to worry. The mountain has always been our playground, our backyard. We know all the secret paths and shortcuts.
Yeah, this whole thing will have relevance even later on as well, like not in this arc, so like in general. I won't really say anything more about it to avoid spoiling it, obviously. Yes, both Satoko and Rika knew the craft like the back of their hands. Thanks to them we had our fill of fresh air and gorgeous views in Mother Nature, the likes of which you could never see in the village. But things got strange partway through.
Oh yes, everyone has something to say. From here on you must follow exactly where I go.
What are you talking about all of a sudden?
It will be safer to do what Satoko says. Oh my. Hey Mi-chan, look at this. What is it? Should I play? Should I?
That does not sound like it's gonna end well. Suddenly, squeak, crash! When Renner pulled the kite string, a bundle of bamboo spears flattened to a tree branch all came raining down with a clatter right next to where Renner was standing.
What? What? What is this? What? What? Ah! That brings back memories. Satoko made this chapter in the second semester of 2nd grade. That was a close one. The tips of the spears are covered in dog poop, so if one of them hurts you, that one will start to fester.
What? When did this turn into frickin' Vietnam? According to Satoko and Rika-chan, earlier in elementary school, Satoko had been on a trap making crates and set them up along every inch of this mountain.
Keiichi-kun maybe he didn't tell us not to go on the mountain because we get lost, but because it was dangerous?
Leon and I both nodded wholeheartedly at Renner's hypothesis. So were they stuck in a trap and now they've been let out and they keep triggering even more traps then?
Come now, we are hurrying on ahead. If we do not return soon, it will get dark. If it gets dark, it may even become dangerous to me.
But you're the one who brought us to this crazy mountain. Trap Mountain, it shall be known as now. I was an average, healthy Japanese boy like me being forced to deal with life-threatening booby traps. And then, the very moment Satoko and Rika-chan got just out of sight was when the three of us all got caught in nice little traps together. Someone get me out! Oh, I see. That was like a flashback and just like, oh, this is telling you, like, you're probably wondering how I ended up like this, right? I have to go to the bathroom! I can't remember who got what. Like the traps.
Never mind that. Somebody get the bucket off me. I can't see in front of me.
Sorry, rocks. It just like when I see never mind that, it feels more like a me online, but Renna, that throws me off.
Never mind that. Someone get the bucket off me. I can't see in front of me. Oh.
Wait, Renna, don't that's probably me on probably. Wait, Renna, don't struggle around so much. What? That probably is actually Keiichi. Wait, Renna, don't struggle around so much so I can see your panties.
Oh. You saw. It's when you saw. Oh.
Smash, crash, crash, crash. Of course you can see them, you may be in a bucket, but you can definitely... Bucket Renna was using me as a sandbag and Leon was crying. Bucket Renna.
You can't get out of the pitfall. So sad. Jeez, didn't I already tell you all? You weren't supposed to leave my side.
I finally had an epiphany. Satoko had been so bent on taking everyone out to the mountain because she wanted to brag about all the traps she'd set up here over the years. You could have stopped just at showing them to us. I didn't need to experience how it felt firsthand. Rika-chan touched our three heads in sequence in an incredibly satisfied mood. But how about that? Okay, anyway, lunchtime has finally arrived. Or has it? No, it hasn't, because... actually, I did say... So, let's have a look at the badges. Oh, that is adorable. Look at that face. Kitchen Nightmares Rika. It all went up in flames. Why is her one like next to the Renna one? This one was unlocked first. Panther Showdown Renna. Who will come out on top? Now this one on the other hand. Batter up Kyosuke Irie. Got your game face on, we haven't even seen that character yet, you know. But anyways, might as well save on screen. I wonder how many of these pages are going to be filled. Like the last one took us to page 2. This one's also long, but I don't know. It might take, well, it probably will take us to the second page at least. But anyways, I'll see you next time, viewers. See you next time.